Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to our annual, or it looks like it's becoming an annual tradition. We're so glad to have you here. Recognizing Mineola High School Marching Band, once again, state champions, not only state champions, but getting the highest score ever in history. So they're upping it a notch, and we expect that our elected officials mark their calendar this year for the second week of November next year that we'll be back here again. So obviously, if you've never watched the Mineola High School Marching Band perform, then you're missing out on something that is absolutely just spectacular. You know, if you've watched other bands or you've watched something similar, to high school marching band, this is not what Mineola does. Mineola literally takes it to the next level. And to do that, it takes a lot of work, a lot of time, starting in the spring from putting the show together, the music together, and then the steps and everything else that's way above what I do. It's amazing. They literally do changes in the middle of their performance, changing all kinds of scenes and sometimes uniforms. It's pretty impressive, to say the least, coming from somebody who knows nothing about marching bands or music or anything like that. You just sit there in awe, and how are you able to get 100 plus students to do this and then sound amazing, right? So it's not just about looking great in putting together a great entertaining show, it's also about playing amazing music. So I'm going to ask the director of the Mineola High School Band to come up, Mr. Camping, and just to say a few words about the season, tell us a little bit about the members that are here, the band itself. Just give us a little bit of background, and then I'll ask each of the invited elected officials to say a few things. I'm sure they have some gifts for you. So, and as Mr. Camping comes up here, I will say that sometimes the hardest thing to do is to come in and take over a program that's already successful, that has already set the bar high, and sometimes you look around and you're like, well, there's nowhere to go but down, and yet Mr. Camping in this year's band, they stepped it up even a notch. So the band was successful. Mr. Camping, this is your first year as the head director, second year as the director, and obviously the band has been very, very successful, and he just took that bar and raised it a little bit more. So we expect that next year he does the same thing. So Mr. Camping, come on up.
I did prepare a little something. So thank you to Mr. Pereira and the Village of Mineola Board for inviting us and recognizing the incredible members of our marching band. Thank you to your support during our season, including our home show every year. We couldn't have such a successful season, especially that day, without your support. So we really mean it from the bottom of our hearts. As much as we celebrate competitive success with us, it's never about an us versus them. It's always an us versus us. And every rehearsal, just showing up, being better than what we were last, that's our goal. And they did that throughout the entire season, every single rehearsal. And I couldn't be more proud of every single one of them. We have our student staff here, but every single member of the marching band for this year. Like I said, we have our student staff here from the marching band. This consists of some of our section leaders, our drum majors, color guard captains, operations manager, rookie liaison. We have a lot of different student leader positions that we have. And without them, pushing our sections every single rehearsal, we couldn't do what we do without them. They really help just push everything forward. So I'm incredibly proud of everyone here and the whole marching band. And yeah, I can't wait for next year. It's going to be another good one. So thank you very much.
Stay here. Would you like to call up each of the section leaders, and they can line up here as we have each of the elected officials, or am I putting you on the spot? Sure. You know all of them, right? You want? Yeah.
There's a few that could make it.
Could make it. That's fine.
That's fine.
I'll just
start naming. So we'll start with drum majors. So we have Mary Elias. We can come on up. We have Sarah Gagan and Simranjot Singh. Cool. We'll do section leaders, Lily Wasserman, Caitlin Kelly, Okay. Gabby Bonaspina, Sophia Bonaspina. We've got Kieran Kim, Juliana Riley, and color guard captains Madeline Christensen and Kira Faley. And we got rookie liaisons Vivian Owens, Jasmine Ferreira, Igor, I didn't see you back there. Igor D'Souza, come on up. We have Johan Reyes, and Ajay Khan is here as well.
Thank you. And these are the section leaders, the drum majors, most of them, probably, if not all of them, starting in 8th grade. That's the other thing is, you know, our band goes from 8th grade to 12th grade, so the dedication starts when they're 12 years old. So I can imagine what it's like as, you know, the leader of all to try to kind of corral 12-year-olds and 17-year-olds all into the same program. That, you know, that must be difficult. You know, in sports, you have an 8th grade team, a JV team, a varsity team, and they kind of move up. This is the varsity team. Everybody's on the varsity team. So we're going to start, you know, as much as I'd like to take credit because it is the Mineola High School Marching Band, and they are, some of them are not from Mineola. We won't hold that against them. How many of you are from Williston Park? Anybody here from Williston Park? Okay, excellent. So the best thing about the mayor of Williston Park is that he's also named Paul, so it's very easy. So I'd like to invite our neighbor to the north, the mayor of Williston Park, Paul Airbar, to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm glad you brought that point up because if you hadn't, I was going to do that. You know, Mineola High School, or Mineola School District, spreads out over quite a bit of an area. It's not just Mineola, but you're fortunate enough to have a village that likes to represent your success. And one thing is, you think about this, 3 years in a row, but in any team, there's always turnover in the participants, and even in staffing, where you have a leader came 2 years ago, and yet you're still able to continue to do the same thing year in and year out. But like I said, coming in earlier to your leader puts the pressure on now. But it's good pressure because, like you said, you're competing amongst yourselves to make this work, and you're not worried about other people competing against because it's all you, and if you do what you have to do, you're able to be successful. I brought a certificate with me. I'm not going to read it. My wife doesn't like when I don't read it, but I figure there's more people going to say things. So I have it here. I'm going to present it to you, and then you can hang it in your office, and they'll have it and can come in and see it. But congratulations to the leadership team, and congratulations to the whole group. We really appreciate what you've done.
You could hold on to it because we'll take a group shot.
Oh, okay.
So hold on to it. Okay, and now I'd like to invite up our Nassau County legislator, former mayor of the village of Mineola, a graduate of Mineola High School, Scott Strauss.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations. Super job. Congratulations to the parents, the leaders of the band, the parents for dragging them around and supporting them and saying, you know, you got to go to practice even though you don't want to. And I don't think any of them said, don't worry about your homework, but, you know, you're doing double duty there. I'm incredibly proud. I hear you guys practice from my home on Friday nights. It's absolutely fantastic. The lights are on. And it's just, as an alumni, I'm very, very proud to be here and sharing with you this evening. Super job, and you got big shoes to carry on. Who's leaving the band this year? Wow. Dude, you got your hands full. But congratulations on your soon to graduate to high school and move on, and best of luck next year, guys. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you.
And Legislator Strauss also brought certificates. We have them for you. We'll give them. We're not going to call you out all at once. And now someone who I didn't know very well just, 3 or 4 years ago, and she didn't know Mineola very well, but I feel like she practically lives in Mineola these days. She's everywhere. You've probably seen her at your events or any other events if you do anything else. She's a great friend of the village and of this school district, so I'd like to invite up Jen DeSena, our Town of North Hempstead supervisor.
Thank you and congratulations. There's so much pride in this room, from your parents, from your school, and of course, from your mayor, who has double duty as such an important part of your school. But I was just thinking, by the way, I want to say on behalf of Dennis Walsh, town councilman and former Mineola trustee, congratulations. He unfortunately had to go out of state. We had a death in the family, but he would never want to miss giving you his best wishes. But something about the band, it is really a great metaphor for how people come together in life. You would not want a band of all drums or, a group of people playing all trumpets or even just, all violin. But you come together and what you produce together is just something especially beautiful and means so much. We're all lucky to have the opportunity to hear you. Obviously, you make every game more special, every parade more special, and in my business, we go to a lot of parades, so it's always wonderful to have the band there. So congratulations, especially to you leaders. I did hear though that parents did not have to make you go to practice; that you like to go to practice. And so, well, guess what? You have the results to show for it. So congratulations, and see you back here next year for your next championship.
And I would also be remiss if I didn't recognize the supervisor of fine arts at Mineola High School. Karen Bernstein is here. And a lot of the stuff that you guys don't see behind the scenes is the support that comes from administration, from the school board, et cetera, whether it be financial support or support for anything that you need. So I do think that it takes, to steal a famous quote, it does take a village or a school district in a village to put these things together. We mentioned before the home show. For those of you who've been around long enough, the home show always used to be at Tully Park. A couple of years ago, Ms. Bernstein reached out to the village and said, could we do it here? It wasn't easy because we were talking about 12 or 14 bands, each one with 100 kids and 200 parents and 400 grandparents. So it's an undertaking. And I said, why not? It should be here. The home show should be home. It isn't easy for us, for the village, because on that day we also have an event elsewhere in the village, but we manage, and to that point, we have to thank our DPW, Mr. Lenny Palumbo, who's there. We have to thank our auxiliary police. Our parking enforcement, and our residents who, for that day, they do put up with some inconvenience, but it is for a good cause. And I watched them perform that day during the home show, and they were amazing. And then they apparently went upstate and, got 2 or 3 more points, so 95.5, yep, right? And at the home show, what was it? 92 point something? Hey, who cares? It's 95.5. It's better. It's higher. And I'd also like to recognize that we have a representative from Senator Jack Martin's offices here. And of course, we have someone else who loves to be in Mineola. We love to have him here. He's been a great advocate for us here in Mineola, and that's Mr. Ed Ra, our state assemblyman.
Thank you, Mayor. Not a ton I can add to what has already been said, but let me say this. When you think about that we keep coming here year after year, it says a lot about both the leadership on the coaching side, the administration side, but also the student leadership, because it means that just like you have, I'm sure, done this year with younger people and mentoring and bringing them on in the culture that is within this band, somebody did that for you beforehand. And we saw those hands of those seniors. There were people that at some point they looked up to, and now you have risen up and taken their places, and not just, as the mayor said, not just maintained, but been even more successful. So that's an incredible thing, something for you all to be very proud of, for your parents to be proud of, and the school and the entire district and community to be proud of. So this band is a source of pride to all of us who have the privilege of representing Mineola and the entire community. So I congratulate you on another state championship. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblyman. And I would also like to recognize our village board. Come over here so we can see you. We have Deputy Mayor Janine Sartori, whose two boys graduated from Mineola High School. We have Trustee Silasky, who graduated from Mineola High School. We have Trustee Clark, who one of his sons graduated from Mineola High School. And guys, when you walk into the building tomorrow, on the left-hand side, there's a cornerstone on the building. It says 1961. Okay, that's when the building opened. And the first class to graduate from the new Mineola High School is right here, Mr. Casado, class of 1966. So proud alumni, proud parents of alumni. Mr. Casado's father owned a very successful music business right here on Jericho Turnpike. I bought my first Black Sabbath tape at that store. That's Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know if you guys get it, but yeah, 1981. There you go. Right. Oh, right. And his two daughters, who are now have children of their own, were also members of the band, which I have to admit, not as good as you guys now are. I mean, it's like night and day. So I'd like to invite the elected officials up, and I'd like to invite Mr. Camping, Ms. Bernstein up, and now you can present our certificates. And before we do that, okay, and we also have, I saw him, where is he? Judge Fairgrieve is here. Oh, there he is in the back from the Village of Mineola is here as well. So because there aren't, there's a lot of you. There's 100 and how many? 123. We would bankrupt the village if I gave one of these to each of you. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to present your director with this commemorative coin from the Village of Mineola, and hopefully he'll display it. And now I'd like to call up the three drum majors. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and a proclamation on behalf of the village board. Okay, here we go. And last but not least, we have what you guys have all been waiting for, Clerk Rivera. I just promoted or demoted him. Would like to present you with this commemorative street sign. This one is for you to keep. And then we put one on the corner of Roslyn Road and Old Country Road to show Garden City how it's done. You guys want to? And now we have some more stuff here.
To the director, I have a whole load of citations for everybody in the band. So we'll give these to you and you can dole them out. Congratulations again, folks.
I've got one proclamation I'll give to the director.
If anyone wants to stay, we have 3 hearings, so if anyone's got problems sleeping, you're welcome to stay and get bored. Thank you, congratulations, and have a great night. And we'll see you back here next year.